Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very, very well, as well as you can do. 2-2 against Brentford, Charlie, away from home. It was a similar scoreline last season. It was a draw. It was a draw before that under Poch.
It was 2-2 under Poch and 0-0 last season, yeah.
And it was a draw under Potter as well.
Yeah, mate, it's just deflated, really. It feels like we've lost, but obviously we didn't. Yeah, just a big sense of disappointment, mate. Game management at the end so poor. You know, they've been launching those long throws in all game every time they got an opportunity to do it. And we dealt with them reasonably well, but yeah, just the last one, right at the end, someone was left their man unmarked at the back stick.
Garnacho.
Yeah, well, if it was him, then that's poor. It was. So that's poor. Then you can't be leaving your man unmarked. Yeah, it's just unfortunate, but you can't switch off like that at a top level. You know, you've done really well to get yourself back in the game, to get ahead. By the way, I would have taken a point at half time. We were atrocious in the first half, absolutely abysmal. So I would have taken a point at half time, but given how, we got ourselves back into the game, we get ourselves ahead, great goal from Caicedo, sort of thinking, well, 5 minutes, you must be able to see that out. I don't know what it is about this place, mate. We're just destined to not win here. I know we've got one win against them here since they came up. I don't know what it is. Is there some sort of spell over this ground? I've got absolutely no idea. But I don't know. Mixed feelings really about it, because there were some positives, but then the overriding feeling is a sense of disappointment at the end.
For me, I look at Brentford and I look at them as Chelsea Stoke. I know they're not up north. I know that it's a different type of team in that sense, but they are organised. They are a very well coached set piece team. We signed what's his name?
Bernardo Cueva.
Bernardo Cueva for set pieces, and their current manager was their former set piece coach after Bernardo Cueva left. They love a long throw. They're good on the counter. They've sold well, but they're still replacing that talent. Brentford, for me, are just a very respectable Premier League club, and I almost look at it a little bit like Fulham the other week. And I go, listen, of course we should beat Brentford. There's no doubt about that, but you can't underestimate what they can do.
No, of course you're not. You can't underestimate any team in the Premier League. Any team is capable of taking points off anyone else in this league. That's what makes it so great. But, I mean, look, Chelsea, we should be coming here and getting 3 points. But, yeah, we just fell at the final hurdle. I don't know what it is about certain teams you just play in the league where you just really struggle for some reason. And Brentford seems to be the team that we struggle against. There was an improvement in the second half. There was. I understood why he made changes. Just come off an international break. A lot of players coming back from South America late. You've then got a few injuries to deal with as well. I understand why Hato came in. Correa played a lot of football, 290 minutes for Spain or whatever. You understand Fofana coming in as well. Reece played twice for England. You got to manage these things.
I mean, but what about Gusto?
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised that Reece and Gusto were both on the bench. Perhaps I wasn't so surprised with Reece, given he played twice for England. But Gusto, I know he was away with France, but I don't think he played loads. And you would have thought that would have made perhaps more sense. That first half though, bro, we just moved the ball so slow, way too slow moving the ball, taking too long on it, no cutting edge really in the attacking third. Surprised that Buonanotte was thrown straight in. I don't think many people expected him to go in there. He went in there in the number 10 role. I felt in the first half he did okay. He looks like a technically secure player, technically solid player. A few nice passes here and there. There was one opportunity at the end of the first half where he should have got a shot off, and he didn't. And he was hooked at half time. So I don't think he was terrible. He showed a few bits here and there, but yeah, you are obviously going to want to see more throughout the course of the season. Gittens, by the way, is just not ready. He's not ready.
Straight up.
Yeah, he's not ready. It's as simple as that. The guy is not on the same wavelength as everyone else. It really is as simple as that. I don't think he understands what he's meant to be doing. I'm not saying he's crap or anything like that, but it's so clear he's just not ready to start for Chelsea in the Premier League. And we spent a lot of money on him.
Do you think we overpaid for him?
Yeah, we did overpay for him. But, you look at someone like Esteval, by the way, who's 3 years younger than him, instantly ready to play in the Premier League, making an impact. Garnacho, even today, I know he's at fault for the goal at the end, comes on, makes an impact, direct running at players, gets the assist for Caicedo. making things happen. Palmer makes things happen when he comes on. Joao Pedro, Neto, and all these. And I just look at Gittens, and like, I get it, he's 21, he's not had awful lot of top-level football. I just expect a bit more. I know it takes more, it might take longer for some players, and I get that, but he's just looked like a fish out of water in all the games he's played so far this season.
So when you look at everyone on the pitch, you're specifically singling out Gittens as a player who just looks out of place, and that's everyone else on the pitch. Gittens for you is that one player, and you think, I just don't see why he's in that squad.
No, not why he's in the squad, but what I mean is, like, he's just not on the same level as everyone else. He's not on the same wavelength as everyone else. He's not understanding what's required of him right now. He's simply not ready, mate. And that's a problem when you've got so many project players. Gittens, project player. Garnacho, you could say, is a project player, but he's at least he's had 2 seasons in the Premier League. He's more ready. He's shown he can perform at this level. Buonanotte, project player, is only here for a season anyway. There's too many players that could be good. I just feel, maybe we've missed an opportunity in terms of maybe we should have signed one left winger and then someone perhaps with a bit more about him on that left side. So maybe we should have just signed Garnacho plus another rather than Gittens and Garnacho. I just look at Gittens and I just think he's lost, mate.
Is there anyone in particular you would have signed?
I can't think off the top of my head. I mean, look, I would have taken Mohamed Kudus, probably would have taken Xavi Sims. I know it was crap today, but I probably would have taken one of those two if we could have got it done. I just think Gittens will probably come good at some point, but do you agree with me? Do you think he's just looked lost in all the games he's played so far?
For me, Chelsea overpaid for 2 players in this window. Jamie Gittens was one of them. Joao Pedro was another one. The difference is Joao Pedro is performing and Gittens isn't. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I still think we could have got Joao Pedro for cheaper. But when you see players coming in for big price tags and not performing, we could be having this conversation about Fernandes. We could have it about...
Of course.
We did have it about Cucurella, Caicedo. These are players who are now performing for us. And in fairness to a couple of them, especially Caicedo, the first months.
Oh, it was poor first.
And the same with Cucurella in his first season.
Absolutely. I'm not writing Gittens off, by the way. I'm just saying, from what I've seen in his first 4 games, he is clearly not ready and he's not on the same wavelength as everyone else.
Talk to me, like, in football terms, what is it that you're seeing that makes you think that way?
Well, he just looked like he looks like he's just rocked up in the car park and he's playing with these lads for the first time. It's like he doesn't know them. I know he's not been here that long, but I don't know, I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, I need to be seeing a bit more from you. I'm not asking for miracles, but I need to be seeing more than what we're getting here.
So you're seeing a lack of chemistry, a lack of understanding?
Chemistry, lack of understanding. I'm not sure he really understands what he's being told to do either. It looks like he's not playing with an awful lot of confidence right now either. So, look, hopefully he'll improve. Hopefully he'll come on stronger as the season goes on. But, yeah, I was disappointed in him again. First, I didn't create many opportunities. The defending was horrendous for that goal. It was so poor.
Which one?
The first one in the first half. One ball over the top. Yes, Chalobah has committed himself high up the pitch. However, from that point onwards, there is a long way to go until the ball ends up in the back of the net. Tossing for the second game on the spin, Fulham and now this one. Woeful 1v1 defending. Against Josh King, the goal that was disallowed. The guy just ran, pretty much the whole half. And Tosin was just kind of jockeying him, not really getting close to him, allowing him to cut inside score. Same again today.
I think he got nutmegged, if I'm not wrong.
Well, it was nutmegged, whatever it was. Yeah. But again, slow getting back. 1v1 defending, shocking.
So for you, Tosin was at fault of the first goal?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, you can say Chalobah stepped up, right, and he was too high at the pitch. I get that. But Tosin, 1v1 defending, it's got to improve. I don't care if you've got your line-breaking passes from the back. If your 1v1 defending's like that needs to get in the bin. It's poor.
I think that Tosin had a good game if you take away that aspect. I will agree.
Take away the big aspect that he was at fault for an entire goal.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and say that it was entirely Tosin's fault. I won't say that. But yes, he could have blocked that. But he did block another crucial chance in the first half.
He did.
Like if you're asking me to tally up different things in the game, I would actually say that Tosin was one of our better defenders. And then, you look at the goal and you go, well, but why was he allowed to be one-on-one with the defender? This is another question. Where was the cover in front of him? Where was the support from the right-hand side?
Well, Fafana was level with Sharda on the halfway line, and then obviously, he got left behind. But look, we're one down at half-time. It's a shocking half. Maresca actually makes 3 changes, which
very unusual.
Which is quite unusual. And that if he's making 3 changes, then we know he's absolutely fuming with the performance. Yeah. And the changes made a difference. Reece James comes on, Cucurella comes on. And Tyreek George surprisingly came on as well. I wasn't expecting that. A little bit of Tyreek George centre forward, then he switched him out to the left, then he played on the right a little bit as well. It's no surprise, mate. When you put your top players on, you suddenly play better. I know they can't play every game because we've got to manage the squad. We've got so many matches coming up and whatnot. But those guys made a big difference, and they almost bailed us out. So, yeah, I'm reasonably, I was happy with the performance of Reece James. Great performance. Cucurella, makes a difference when he comes on. He just drives to the ball. He just gets in them attacking areas, threat in the box, gets up the pitch. To be fair, George was okay as well. I was a little bit surprised, by the way. George is not a centre forward. Mark Guiu not even in the squad tonight. So what must he be? By the way, I'm not a huge Mark Guiu fan, but if the alternative right now, if João Pedro is not playing centre forward, you're putting Tyreek George up there over Guiu, what does that say? For Guiu, who's been recalled, he's a number 9. I'd rather have an actual number 9 up there. I don't know if Guiu wasn't ready, or wasn't fit, or he was unwell or something. I'm not sure. I've not looked, but that to me was a bit of a strange one.
Maybe he's going to be playing against Bayern Munich. I'm not saying that he's going to start, but I mean, he won't be starting against Lincoln because he played in the cup for Sunderland.
But what I'm saying is, though, mate, if it seems like George is ahead of Guiu in the centre forward pecking order right now. It seems like with Delap out, it seems like João Pedro, George, Guiu. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, Buonanotte started in the 10 as well, which was another surprise. Again, I think that's more rotation because of Palmer's injury, potentially resting Esteval. He's been playing for Brazil, and obviously
Esteval was ill.
Okay, he was ill. Yeah. I mean, we've got Bayern Munich coming up as well. What did you make of Buonanotte's performance? He got subbed early, but
half time. Yeah.
Do you think he had a poor game, or he lacked support around him?
I mean, look, could have been pre-planned. I don't think he's had any pre-season with Brighton. He's had a few training sessions, obviously, with us in the international break. Could have been pre-planned. I thought it was okay, as I said earlier. He looks technically like a sound player. Some nice touches here and there, some nice passes. An opportunity in the first half where he could have got a shot off. It was tidy. It wasn't spectacular, but it wasn't poor either. I think you can see that maybe there's something to work with there. How many opportunities he's going to get going forwards, I'm not really too sure. But it was okay. It was fine.
No, I'm with you. For me, I didn't have a problem with Buonanotte starting. I still thought we could get the job done, but when I saw the first half, I thought, God, something's got to change. Something drastic's got to change. We're looking at the Bayern Munich game now. We've rested a number of players. We've dropped points still against Brentford after bringing on big players in this game like Reece James and Palmer. Still not enough to win us this game. What do you look at for the Bayern game on Wednesday next week and think, right, we've got to change something here?
We'll just go back to the strongest team, won't we?
What's that?
Well, it'll be Reece James and Cucurella starting. It'll be Enzo and Caicedo in the midfield. It'll be Palmer in the 10, Pedro. You probably play Neto. You might even play Garnacho as well, to be honest. If Esteval's been ill, not feeling 100%, you might go Garnacho left, Neto right, Pedro striker, Palmer in a 10. I think that's probably what you end up doing. You just revert to your strongest team and you go for it. That's the reason why players were rested today, because half an eye on Wednesday. You go with your strongest team on Wednesday. And as you saw in this second half here, we had our better players on the pitch, the performance levels were better. We upped the intensity, we pressed higher up the pitch, we put Brentford under more pressure. You do all those things, you cause teams problems. We weren't doing enough of those things in this game. And so that's what we need to see more of against Bayern Munich.
Right, big up to you. Thanks so much, Charlie. I look forward to seeing you soon.